Hi everyone, my name is Lara and I am the Child Development Specialist at the Boston Children's Museum. Today for Messy Monday, we will be making our own Play-Doh, and in honor of Earth Day, we will also be including some materials from nature. The ingredients for the Play-Doh are 2 cups of flour, half a cup of salt, half a teaspoon of cream of tartar. That is optional. If you don't have any, that is completely fine. I don't have any, so I won't be including it in mine. Cup of warm water, 3 teaspoons of cooking oil, and a few drops of food coloring. I'll be adding my food coloring on afterwards and using the colors blue and green to represent the earth, but it's up to you whatever colors you want to use. Once you have your ingredients, we will mix the dry ingredients in a medium bowl and the wet ingredients in a small bowl. I already put in my flour and my salt and I gave it a mix, and I already have some water and the cooking oil and I gave it a mix already. So slowly you'll be pouring the wet mix into the dry mix and using a spoon to mix it. So first I'm going to mix the wet ingredients and pour it into the dry ingredients and slowly mix it with a spoon until the dough starts to stick together. I was mixing until I felt that all the wet mixture was incorporated with the dry. Some tips for your Play-Doh. The dough should be firm and not sticky. If it feels wet, add a little more flour. I did. It definitely felt a little sticky. If it feels dry, then you can add a little more water. The cream of tartar makes the dough more elastic and it helps last longer. But if you don't have any, it's fine to leave out. I did because I didn't have any with me. Some things to try while you're making this recipe. Ask your child to help with measuring, pouring, mixing, and kneading. Add some spices to change the smell, or add a little sand to change the texture. Use your fingers and hands to roll, pound, squeeze, and poke the dough. Test out tools later on once it's done, like keys or combs, rolling pins. So here I am kneading the dough with my hands, and it does feel sticky, so I decide to grab more flour and add to it. And then I continue until it feels right. Once your dough is smooth and not sticky, I have mine right here. We're gonna let it sit for 10 minutes before using it. So for now, we're just gonna wait. Once it's been 10 minutes, you can grab your Play-Doh. I've split mine into 2 balls and I'll be adding the blue and the green food coloring, blue to one and green to the other. I'm gonna start off with like 2 drops of food coloring to see how much I need. I rather start with less than with more. So this part will get messy. It's up to you whether you, the grown-up, would like to do it or if you want your child to explore with the dye. It will stain your fingers, but it'll wash off afterwards. So after 4 drops, this is the color I have right now. I do want it to be a little darker, but that's just me. So I'm gonna add a couple of more blue drops. I have my blue here. It's all done. This is the color that I've got. I'm gonna go on to make the green one. I'm just gonna wash my hands first to get a little bit of the blue off. For my green Play-Doh, this is the green I have right now. It's a little lighter, and that's because I ran out of the green dye, which is totally okay. So now we have our blue and our green Play-Doh. So the next part is very fun. For the next steps for your materials from nature, there are a couple of things that you can do. You can go outside for a walk and collect some sticks, maybe some rocks, leaves that you see on the ground. If you don't want to go outside, you can always collect different things inside of your home. I had a leaf from one of my plants, a seashell that I had gotten over the summer. This is a rock from a volcano, and I had a twig just lying around. You feel free to use other toys or no toys at all and just play with your Play-Doh. Here we have the Play-Doh. I've already laid it out. We'll try to make a picture of the earth. And here are some ways that we can play. We can use the leaves to make imprints on the Play-Doh. Like that. We could use the rock to make different textures on the Play-Doh. And the twig, if you want to use it to cut, to make shapes, to make also imprints of the twig. And the shell can also make shapes. And those are just some of the things that you can add, or some of the materials you can use to play with your Play-Doh. Feel free to use anything else. If you do go outside, don't forget to wash your hands when you come back inside. This is it for Messy Monday this week. Stay tuned for next week. And if you do end up making the Play-Doh at home, send us your pictures or videos on our social medias. Thank you. Bye.